Yo, what's up, guys? We are back with yet another episode of MoshCast. It's your host, Ghost, and today I'm joined by my lovely friend, Tessa. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm chilling, man. I'm good. I'm doing great, man. It's a very interesting day today. It's what Kasinga Day.
Yeah.
It's a day of remembrance and whatnot. Because we should thank our grandfathers, soldiers, everyone, man, that took part in it. We are blessed to have this freedom.
Yeah, we are.
We are,
we
right?
really are.
Yeah. Today, guys, we have a very interesting topic. We are gonna discuss mental health. Because I think it's something we should talk about, right?
We should. I think it's something that is not really spoken about, and so we should be open to talk about it. Most people don't really understand what they are going through mentally, so we should be able to talk about it so that they see or pick up on stuff that might contribute to how they are feeling, or maybe I am going through this mental health. So I'm here to dive into it in depth so that they understand about it. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Guys. Like for me personally, mental health is something that really affects people deep. Because sometimes this can happen to our own family members, friends, people that we really care about. So we should really understand what to do and how to approach it, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, right? What is mental health to you? What would you say is mental health?
Okay, mental health, first of all, is something that's so broad. But to simplify it, I think that it has to do with your emotional, psychological, and social well-being, right? So it will affect how you act, your behavior, and what you're feeling. So that's basically what mental health has to do with, to deal with. Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, because
to put it in short.
because I have my fair share of knowledge on mental health. There are different types of moods that we go through.
Exactly.
And today I want us to talk about the most common ones that people go through.
All right.
Things like depression, anxiety, stress, all these factors, etc. So for me, one thing I've noticed is that a lot of people tend to go through an emotional state that they can't even explain.
Exactly.
Okay. What would you say is that? Is that maybe a phase where someone is probably just because I sometimes when I'm going through a phase where I don't know what I feel, I feel like I'm so unfazed. I'm just in a moment of like, okay,
you're just blank, like you don't know what you're going
I
through.
don't know what I'm going through.
Yeah. So mental health, okay, depending on like mood disorders, they are categorized, right? So there's depression, there's anxiety, that's categorized with mood disorders.
Yeah.
So let's say, take for example, depression. There are symptoms that you might go through. So these symptoms can be eating disorders. Probably you don't wanna eat. You eat a lot, which could lead to an eating disorder.
True.
Or you don't eat at all.
Yeah.
And then there's also like you always feel sad. You also start social distancing yourself from other people. Probably like you felt comfortable with hanging out with friends and all, but suddenly you don't want to do those activities anymore. So you will find yourself being depressed, right? But you don't know that you're going through depression. You just feel like I'm always down, but I don't know why. This is it. Yeah. I also feel like depression is something that's not really taken serious for people. I think it's not really spoken about and it's not really taken seriously. So probably when people are going through that, they just brush it off. But
true.
you could be going through depression. It's just that it's so easy for you to brush it off. Like, it's a normal feeling. I'll get over it.
True.
Yeah, so.
Because for me, right, depression is something, I feel like, I went through depression. So for me, in what terms, right, it was more of like, I was kind of confused. Because for me, it started off as being very confused. Because I know in that state, right, I was very, very, very confused. I didn't know what was going on. I was really trying to figure out what I'm going through. So I went through depression where feeling, sad for no particular reason. Even when I try to uplift myself, I can't. I'm just like in a dark cloud. And I notice about me when I am not in a good space, I would probably have like I'll have like a loss of appetite. I don't really eat a lot. Even when I'm hungry, I'm really, really hungry, I'll try to eat, but no, it's not going
Yeah.
through. So yeah,
But before you continue, have you ever wondered why you're feeling sad? Say, for example,
okay,
or
with that, right?
was it like any cause, something that
Yeah,
you're going
yeah,
through
definitely something. It's something that I went through
that caused you
that
to
caused
start
me
feeling like
to
that,
start
right?
feeling like that. So it was because I know with depression is very wide. The etiology is kind of hard to specifically know what the cause is.
Yeah.
But there are different factors.
They are different
Yeah.
factors.
So for me personally, yeah, it was something I was going through, and I've also noticed that it doesn't necessarily mean when you are feeling sad or down, you are depressed,
Yeah.
because it's probably just a state that you're going through.
And it's long term.
Yeah.
So you could be feeling sad today, but tomorrow you're all better, right?
Yeah.
So when you're depressed, it's a constant feeling that you're going through. Every day you're always loss of appetite, you're always sad, you don't want to associate yourself with people. It's constant. And then that's when you can say, okay, maybe I'm depressed.
Yeah.
But and then there's a difference where you're sad today and then tomorrow or all the other days you're fine.
Yeah.
So that's not you being depressed.
Depressed,
You
right?
understand? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one
But
thing.
there's always something that causes it. There's something that you went through for you to, you just don't end up like that.
Yeah,
There's
true.
something that you went through or something that you experienced for you to start feeling that way.
right,
You understand?
yeah.
Or something that you're experiencing at that moment
Yeah.
for you to start feeling depressed, or
Yeah.
it just doesn't come out of nowhere. Yeah.
Because I've also read something. Apparently, depression can also be linked to, genetics. Whereby
Yeah.
it's if probably you have a history of people always going through a bad phase or bad space in their life and they don't know how to bounce back and whatnot. You're most likely to be affected by it if it does come your way.
Like it transforms to you.
Yeah, it's genes, bro. That's what I'm saying. Depression is something that's very unique. It's something that you don't want to go through, but
You don't want to go through it at all.
it can happen.
And I also feel like it's just not taken seriously. Even if you were to go to a parent right now and say, Mommy, I feel sad, I feel depressed. I'm sure there are a lot of us that they just brush it off like, they'll feel better eventually. But it has severe consequences. Someone that's severely depressed can lead to them to have like suicidal thoughts.
Yeah, definitely.
It does.
Because
So it does have to be taken seriously, I think. They shouldn't just be brushed off.
okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about factors. Because I know a few factors. One thing that I know that's very common is heartbreaks. Yeah, that shit is sad, bro. Yeah, especially when you're when you lose the person that you really cared about the most, bro. You're just
Okay,
like,
heartbreaks in terms of what? Like relationships?
yeah,
Maybe like when you
relationship.
break up with
my
someone.
bro, maybe a screwed and then washer. You're now
It does
there.
contribute to it. I won't lie. Probably you really cared about this person.
Yeah.
You really loved this person. This person probably played you or just really hurt you in a terrible way that you didn't expect for that person to specifically do to you. It will lead to it. It can be a fact. Honestly, it can lead to. Yeah.
Cause
Yeah. You went through it or not?
Tell are you putting me on the spot?
No, I'm just asking.
I mean,
You went because the way you're talking about it,
it's not that, bruh. Oh, you girls must stop these things. But why are girls like that, bruh?
No, for a person to understand, you can tell us about your experience probably. Have you ever experienced a heartbreak?
I mean,
Something
I would be lying if I said I didn't go through a heartbreak, bruh. What the heck?
something that really affected you, like
Oh, my bro.
hardcore to an extent where you're like, this person hurt me bad. And maybe for 2 months, You are
Me.
just not fine, aka.
I'm
You.
a thug.
You. Ghost you.
Me, I'm a
Yeah,
thug.
that guy is what you're saying, now, my dear. But I know.
Yeah, guys, I'm a thug, bruh. But yeah, enough about that. Yeah, man, I went through a heartbreak, you know. It was something. It was something I've never experienced, you know. So yeah, the emotions they all just came at once, boof.
And you didn't know what was going on.
Oh, my
because you've never
bro,
experienced
I've
it.
never experienced a heartbreak
Yeah.
before, whatnot. I mean, I have been in a situation whereby you've been with someone and then you're just like, okay, it is what it is. It passes by. But then, I went through a heartbreak, but it wasn't, you know, necessarily something that I wouldn't get over because I know myself as a person. I just need to give myself some
Time.
space, space from the person and time as well. Because at the end of the day, I try to look at when I'm in my own space. I look at all the positive that happened in the relationship.
Yeah.
I just don't take from the negative because I
Yeah.
feel like as much as things are bad or
There are some
whatever
good
the
sides
case,
that happened in that relationship.
in fact, the good overweighs the bad.
Exactly.
So I mean, I went through some shit. Yeah, I went through a heartbreak. Yeah, but the way how I got over it, it was just the thing of like I distant myself from the person. I give myself time because I don't know. I'm a very conservative person when it comes to my emotions. I don't like forcing myself onto people. Yeah, that's one thing about me. I'll just keep my distance. Yeah, so I went through it, kept my distance. I was more of like having friends that were there for me. Check it.
That
That's
you
what
talk to, right?
that I'll talk to. Yeah, that's my
Like,
therapy.
I'm not fine. I'm going
I'm not
through this.
fine. They would know what's going on.
It's always good to talk to someone.
Always.
You shouldn't keep all that inside, bottled up, like within yourself. It's always nice for you to like to talk to someone, to say this is what I'm going through. You will realize that you'll feel better after doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think it's
very
true.
nice. It's very nice.
But do you think it
It's
applies to
advisable.
everyone though?
For some people, they are a bit more. Okay, you find some people that are free with talking about their emotions.
Yeah.
Then you find those that are not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably those that are not, they can go to a psychologist, someone that's one person that you can talk to, because you don't want, some people don't want to be talking to a lot of friends and talking out their problems and all of that. It's also nice to talk to someone that's a stranger, someone that doesn't really know you. Feel like it's just more comfortable because this person doesn't know you and it's confidential. It will just remain with that person.
Yeah,
You feel like I can just say everything that is on my heart and it will just remain between me and this person. So that person will feel free to speak it all out.
That's totally true.
Then saying it to a friend. Yeah. So
Because
it just
scared
depends
of,
on what you feel, what you are comfortable with.
True. Because sometimes when you share things with friends.
Friends are toxic also. Some friends can go tell your things now.
Yeah.
Morgan went through a heartbreak. The guy is crying, bruh. Is there crying to us? He's depressed. What?
Yeah.
No, and there are really friends that are like that.
But then what's the point of that? Isn't that like something that we should refrain from, because
we should.
It's mental health we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
Hit anyone, honestly.
People don't take this seriously. They just take it as it's just something the person is going through, but they don't really like consider like this could be really negatively affecting this person so badly.
Exactly.
To an extent that this person's feelings are really being affected, but you are the one there spreading out that Morgan is going through a heartbreak and all of that. So I think we just have to understand that it's a serious thing. It's really a serious thing. And if someone is telling you about their feelings, keep it between you two. There's a reason why he came to you in the first place, right?
Let me ask you.
Have you
gone through a heartbreak? Nigga, you are the one that breaks heart.
I mean, no, I don't think I haven't went through a heartbreak, guys. No, honestly, let me be serious.
Somebody.
No, my dating experience is not so much.
Yeah.
Like it's not so broad. Yeah, I've dated a number of people, but that was in high school. So it's not, high school things, man. It's not that
Yeah,
serious.
checking your IG.
No, really. No, seriously,
Yeah,
high
your
school is
IG.
not serious, huh?
Your IG.
It's-
Last year, Nenge, when was it?
It's not.
But it's a story for another day. Ne?
Which story, my dear?
Okay, I see.
So I haven't went through the person that I'm with right now. I'm still with him. So I haven't really went through something that
Throughout
really,
the heartbreak.
yeah.
Oh, hi, bruh. Oh, what do you think about the streets, bruh? Belong in the
What do
streets.
you mean?
Like, does that
In
have
what
to do?
terms?
Does that have to do with like mood disorders? Check J. Sometimes
what?
people, sometimes yeah, some people feel left out, bruh. They try to fill a void. Check J.
For example, if you were heartbroken,
Heartbroken.
so you want to go to the streets to make yourself feel better, again.
Sometimes look at it in this way. Have you ever met someone that's very vulnerable?
Yeah.
Any acceptance, they tend to just gravitate towards it because you are there, you are giving them all they need. So sometimes it's a thing of like they are mentally, scarred by the fact that, they keep losing people that is so close to them. And that's because they don't feel accepted. So they go wherever they feel accepted. Check J. Yeah, because, sometimes the streets, right? It's something let me ask you, why do people like the streets?
Why do people like the streets? It's a lot of things that can cause that. For example, let's say that you went through a heartbreak. Going to, the streets is humorous. Always going to different people, probably, it can, you don't want to think, obviously if you just went through a heartbreak, that's something that's on your mind consistently most, like you're just thinking of that specific person that you're dating, and you don't want to think of that person anymore, right? So you find ways to put it at the back of your mind by doing what? By going to other different people.
So you would say that's therapy?
It's not therapy, but I'm saying that's what might be the cause of why people do that.
But do you think they become better or?
They don't. Obviously, you're just making it worse for yourself.
Ne?
You are.
Check J.
You are making it worse for yourself. But some people will find that it's a solution to them trying to forget about the previous person that they're with. So you are trying to just go to any person to forget about that person that you're with, But it's not a solution.
It's not a solution.
It's not a solution.
You should
but
heal.
it does happen. Yeah. It does
Definitely.
happen. You were in the streets.
Bruh, why you putting me on the spot? Why you always putting me on the spot? Me, I'm a very good child, bruh.
Yeah, good child. No, it's good.
I'm a
We
nice
must remain
good child.
good, guys.
Yeah.
It's good.
The streets ain't for me. Yeah.
Okay,
About that. What's your take on, anxiety? Have you ever
Anxiety.
witnessed anxiety, been around it? Have you gone through it or what?
I have gone through anxiety actually. I think anxiety is sort of like fear. Yeah. It's something that it's like an experience that you're going through right now. Like that thing when, for example, let's say we are playing hide and seek, ne?
Yeah.
And then you go through a person and they say, ha! That thing. So it's like you are scared, but it raised like some sort of anxiety. So it's like the same thing, but it's two different things, man.
Yeah.
So it causes panic attacks. Let's say I actually went through anxiety. So what I was feeling is that I lose my breath. Like I can't breathe properly. It causes that. You panic easily. Yeah, so that's anxiety basically.
And
It's almost the same as fear.
And
It's
the
just
funny
based
thing
on
is,
the situation that you're going through.
this is all
at the
linked
moment.
to your mind, bruh.
It is.
That's the
yeah.
deepest.
Your
people
mind is
don't
the
even
strongest
realize that.
asset.
Check J.
Yeah.
It's not like you're getting a cut or whatnot. It's things that you are you can't control, bro. Because what you take in is what you give out, check. So if you're in a negative state of mind, it's most likely you're gonna, radiate negative energy.
Yeah,
Check.
definitely.
So what would you say if you are probably like
Going through
anxiety, yeah, what would you say you should do?
I think the first thing you should do is to find the reasons as to what causes my anxiety. What is the root problem to me feeling this way? Why am I always feeling this way? Why am I always fidgety or panicking? You find the root to the problem and you try to find ways as to how you can solve it. And if you can't, again, find professional help for you to help. They will help you. They will be there to help you on how to go about it and all of that. They also say apparently when you're going through it, you count the thing of counting from 10 down to 1 and then suddenly it will just calm you. Yeah. So just depends on you.
Totally understand. So yeah, let's talk about like now what you could do if you feel like you are going through a mental breakdown, if you feel like things are going south side. What do you think you can do, man, to make you feel better? What do you know, like probably like treatments? Kind of treatments?
There are a few treatments that you could go through. So the first one that's always recommended is you having to see a psychologist.
Yeah.
Someone, a professional.
Yeah.
You can also you can get on medication.
Yeah.
But mind you, this medication that you go through doesn't mean that it will heal you from what you're going through.
Yeah.
But it does go hand in hand with you taking the medication and then you're getting professional help. Yeah. So there's also group therapy.
Yeah.
This is where by someone that's going, let's say, depression.
Yeah.
All of you guys are gathered and you all talk about your problems and then they're resolved there.
Yeah.
Then there's also peer therapy. So this happens whereby someone, say for instance, I went through depression before and I conquered it. I'm no more depressed. So I'll be the one talking to those that are going through depression now. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it.
That's basically it. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanna dive deeper into like the medication now. When we prescribe drugs,
Yeah.
antidepressants, and all this other drugs, antis, anxiety, all these things. So I would want to know like how do they affect your body?
Okay, so the symptoms that will happen is you lose appetite. You could lose weight or gain weight. You get a lot of mood swings. A lot of mood swings. You will feel like you don't want to associate with people.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of things that you go through. Sometimes you might feel that you want to commit suicide. You can go to your darkest place. But eventually when you overcome those symptoms, it starts helping. That's why I'm saying that when you're on medication, you should be seeing a psychologist at the same time for you to battle those, because you go through negative things and you can't just be taking them and then you're not seeing help.
True.
You see, so you should be seeing someone while you're on them. Yeah.
What did you say is the best treatment?
The best treatment, I think that the best treatment is the peer therapy.
Peer
someone
therapy.
that have went through it and now like they are talking to someone that are depressed. Those people that are depressed will be looking at this one that, okay, this person went through it, but they found a way to get better. So it will motivate them like, okay, I can also get better. You understand? Yeah.
Not too long ago, right? I was talking to a friend, right? A friend, we're just having a normal discussion. And you know what she told me? She told me apparently, when she gave me some tips, on like, no, maybe if you are dressing, because I don't know how the conversation came about, but yeah, we're just talking, just like, no, if you want to be there for someone, don't always try to pamper them. Yeah, don't do that.
Force them.
Don't temper them. Don't whatnot. Just be there, because sometimes they just want you to understand. Just just be there for them, because the person is already going through their dark times and whatnot. So she told me, no, man, if you see someone is probably going through something, just talk to the person, be there for them. Don't nag them around. Don't tell them, you are wrong, or, bruh, you should change. Because, if you do that, it triggers some, psychological effect for them, check. Because the person is already going through a state where they feel like, no, man, things are messed up right now.
Exactly.
So don't try to make them feel like it's their fault.
Sometimes you should just listen. Just keep quiet, don't comment. Just listen to what they are going through, because your comments could affect them negatively.
Exactly.
You know what they are going through, like your comment, because obviously when you're listening to this person, you probably might feel like, it's just a small thing. Honestly, they are being said about this now.
Exactly.
So you shouldn't do that. I think you should the best thing for you to do is just listen.
Listen.
And then try to give advice here and there where you can, but in a sense that you should also be a bit knowledgeable as to the words that you're going to say to this person, because they can affect them very negatively, right? So you should just find the correct words to probably give this person, like, oh, you're going through this, maybe you should try doing this and that for you to get out of that state. Or what do you think? You shouldn't be too judgmental.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I also checked, it's better, identifying the problem early, check.
Exactly.
So if you check maybe for example it's a relative, a close friend, or just someone that you feel like you are close enough to talk to them, or you are maybe even acquaintances. Because for me, I'm a firm believer of being kind to one another, because I don't understand why we should be rude to one another, especially if we are just in like general public. I feel like you shouldn't be mean. Be careful with the words you use.
Words that you use.
Yeah, because you might be at the store and you just be like, man, I move out the way, I want to do.
You don't know what that person was going through, and
It's
you're
true.
the one saying that to him now. Yeah.
And you know what? Depression is also linked to how the person takes things in. There are people that are really emotional. Some people are just more emotional than others, check. So just the slightest things that you can say, even you just being aggressive or being rude or raising your voice to the person can already trigger their
the
emotions and whatnot. So for me, you guys should just be chilled and whatnot, and then from there, once you're kind, you should know when to barge in, because sometimes you might be talking to someone that's very, very stubborn. So try to identify where you can talk to him and tell them.
You can also ask. I feel like asking.
It's asking, like, can I give you my advice? I don't think that's a bad thing.
Very important thing. Just ask.
Yeah,
then you see what they say and then you take it from there.
Because sometimes when you advise someone, it can really come out the wrong way. They'll just feel like, you really don't understand me. And that will even make it worse.
And you also don't know, probably that's not what they want to hear from you.
Exactly.
So, asking probably is the best option. Just ask. Also try to find out, okay, what's the root of the problem? What happened? Questions like, what happened? Okay, do you feel comfortable with doing this instead of doing that? All right, if you're not comfortable with that, what are your next plans to do now? Can I advise you to do this? You see, you just have to take it step by step. You just don't go. I
have an interesting question for you, right? You studied psychology, right?
Yeah, I studied psychology.
So whenever I see you people that do courses like that, I feel like when you guys talk to someone and the way you look at someone, I feel like you can probably identify.
Is that it's something so common. You guys feel like, the first question that people even ask is, oh, what am I thinking? Or, it's not like that, guys.
It's not like that.
It's not like that. I feel like you have to, because you have to talk to that person for you to notice what their personality is like. So I cannot just Okay, probably some features, probably maybe your hand gestures and stuff. Then maybe I can detect, okay, this one is shy or he's not comfortable, he's at unease, he's at unease, yeah. But I do have to talk to you for me to make a
Diagnosing,
prediction
yeah.
as to, okay, this is the type of personality this person might have. So you can't just ask me, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I checked,
Yeah.
because I always felt like, man,
These people are just observing me. They're just checking me.
Why you check? What, you think I'm a thief or what? Check this. So yeah, I also just checked. Because
Yeah.
you know what? I always thought of like, man, imagine if I had a kuza and she was a psychologist.
Yeah.
Imagine if I was maybe cheating or what would she
And
think?
most
Check
guys are
this.
so scared to date people that studied psychology.
Oh my
Why?
bro, because
Why?
just you know, I don't know. Check G. Come on, you are cheating on me. The girl just look at you like,
But it shows. There are some things that you'll pick up. You don't even have to study psychology for you to know that this person is cheating on
studying
me.
psychology. You
Just makes it worse.
better.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. So with you guys, it just
Wow.
yeah, guys. With that, thank you for joining yet another episode of the MoshCast. And yes, guys, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much. We out.